Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knox. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Nux. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?
And welcome back, everybody, to Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. I am your host, Mike Knox. And it is indeed, as we're finally here, guys, welcome to Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. I am your host, Mike Knox. And indeed, as you can see before you, I spelled my name with 3 X's because like SummerSlam, like Roman Reigns, I'm the reason why you exist. I am hardcore, people. And it is my pleasure to be back with you this morning. Welcome to Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. Chris Platt is not here today, but that's okay. Impromptu, if you will, so to speak, review show, because frankly, last night was a good night for professional wrestling. Where do I want to start? I can start anywhere from the top to the bottom. No matter what you do, we're going to bring it back to you right here. And that is this Thunderdome. It's not at all taking away from me watching professional wrestling. I wish that they came up with this idea a few months ago. I think it's awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things on the screen that sometimes can be a little bit distracting from the match, only because as a fan, I choose to distract myself from the match to look at people in the crowd and see what they are doing. I've done that whenever humans, which they are, but not on video screens, in the crowd to see what was going in the crowd. If I saw someone that I know, if I saw a belt that I want to see, in which last night I saw people that I knew in the Thunderdome. I myself will be in the Thunderdome this evening for Monday Night Raw. But that's the first thing I want to talk about is the reality and perception. Reality is they put a good show on last night. The perception is it was still a good show last night, no matter how you want to carve it up and cook it. And everybody in the chat room, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and share this video as we are live. It's been a long time since I've actually been live here on Facebook and not just giving you the show where you can go watch it later on YouTube or, you know, wherever your podcast that you choose to listen to that is on. This is just raw me in my game room, if you want to call it that, and just give you my opinion about SummerSlam from last night. And again, as I was stating, last night's pay-per-view was exactly how it was called. You will never see it coming. So let's just start right there. The dog, the big dog, the Uso himself, Roman Reigns, shocked the wrestling world last night. Not Dave's Master, not Busted Open Radio, which is to me the only incredible wrestling side I listen to, okay? No one called this coming. As a matter of fact, it was everything but Roman Reigns to be expected to show up last night. I was excited. This is my dog. You're the reason. I'm the reason. I am the reason why you exist. Talking to Braun Strowman, the monster that is Braun Strowman. Listen. Say what you want to say about the cancer survivor. Say what you want to say about the cousin of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Say what you want to say about the Shield push. Say what you want to say about Roman Reigns. Just do me a favor. Come here. Come closer. Say that shit over there. Say it over there. Because I have been saying it for years and years and years. And now everybody's excited about Roman Reigns. But I put a quarter in the meter, if you will, so to speak, before we get our panties in a bunch. Okay? And that's to say this. Now what? Because I'm a Roman guy. But I tell you one thing, that'd be a big mistake if you bring Roman back and put him right back as Universal Champion. I don't mind him being back in the picture because he's the big dog. He's Roman Reigns. He is big time pay-per-view. He is big time television. So I'm okay with Roman being back in the title picture. If I wouldn't be surprised if that payback and that tonight on Raw, where Keith Lee makes his triumphant debut. That's the limitless Keith Lee, that is. But tonight on Raw, I would not be surprised if you get a payback triple threat match between The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman, because I just don't want Roman to be champion immediately. That's the thing that I am concerned about as a wrestling fan, and I'm concerned about it for Roman's wrestling legacy, if you will, so to speak, because last night was impressive. like the SummerSlam hashtag. You'll never, or moniker that is, you'll never see it coming. You didn't see Roman coming. No one saw Roman showing up last night. Okay, so I'm okay with that. Let the fans enjoy Roman. He's had 2 times for the fans to enjoy him. That was the return to Raw, and that was last night. Now they fucked up. I apologize. Not the return to Raw. I apologize. Whatever that pay-per-view was when he came out and he didn't say shit, that was a chance to get Roman over. They dropped the ball. Last night, they got Roman over. Let's hope they don't fumble the ball. No icky shuffle going on around here. We need Roman to be Roman. I need people to respect Roman for his mic skills, for his in-ring ability, for his big playability. And yes, damn it, last night, I ordered my goddamn shirt. All right, but let's get on with this pay-per-view. I see you guys in the comments. I'll get to those momentarily. Let me go through these matches real fast and answer your questions and comments as well. Last night, we opened up with I believe, it was which I hated, by the way. Okay, only I hated it because the pre-show match was led off by Apollo and Hurt Business CEO, Mr. MVP. Now, here's the thing about this match. I can give 2 dams about 2 brothers going back and forth for U.S. title, frankly. I think it's funny that in the woes of America right now, they got 2 brothers fighting over a U.S. title with a flag on it. I'm just saying. But my problem with this storyline is 0 until this match. I'm a fan of MVP. I think MVP, we know MVP is a martial artist. But something about him and Apollo, they just don't dance well together. This contest, they had a match, a couple weeks ago on Raw. This was better than his pay-per-view match last night. Winner being Apollo winning the match, beating MVP and retaining his U.S. title. Then we opened up with, hey! Woo! Did y'all see her? Hold on. Hey! We want some Bayley! Going on against Asuka. And my daughter was going crazy. And I still was screaming that little thing. She don't know what I mean when I say, hey, we want some Bayley. But you know what we know, what you know when we say, hey, we want some Bayley. But anyway, these 2 girls with Sasha Banks at ringside put on a hell of a match. We had talks about it because everybody knows how I feel. All right, in case you don't know, welcome to the program, that the greatest women's wrestler of all time is Charlotte Flair. But these girls are up there with her, okay? Simple as put, these guys are up there. These girls, I'm sorry, if you will, are up there with her. And they put on a show last night. The Empress of Tomorrow lost to Bayley in a very good match. Distractions by Sasha Banks. After the 3rd distraction, finally worked. Sasha helps Bayley by getting distracted. Bayley, boom, boom, boom. Bayley wins. Very, very good match, in my opinion. Then we go into the Raw Tag Team Champions. Well, listen, next to Roman Reigns, my biggest pop of the night, go to the Street Profits. Now, I'm on record, and I'm going to continue to be on record by saying, I think Angelo Dawkins is a better talent than Montez. That's just me. You don't have to agree. It's okay. It's professional wrestling. We're never going to agree. Who's your favorite wrestler? Bet it ain't mine, okay? So that's my point, all right? But I love the Street Profits. And my biggest pop of the night when they came out and the cups fell from the sky, then they fell from the sky again in the ring, that's dope shit. Or as Vince would say, that's good shit, right? But I do have a problem with them in these cups. Put something in them, goddammit! Drink it up! What you drinking? I don't care if it's iced tea. Pour something in the cup. You can't just walk around with an empty cup. Don't make any sense. But anyway, this match was good. I'm a huge fan of Angel Garza. Those who don't know, I think he is the second coming of Eddie Guerrero, okay? Very good match with them. Winner being the Street Profits retaining their tag team titles. Then we had a no disqualification, loser leaves WWE. And this is where the controversy can begin. This is where the speculation, if you will, can begin. This is where, if you choose, not me, but if you choose to go read dirt sheets, go ahead and read it. What's going on with Sonia Deville? Now, we do know in a real life situation, she was almost abducted in a botched kidnapping thing that happened with her. We thought it was a hair versus hair match, which I automatically had pegged that Mandy would win this match, which Mandy did win this match, but I had it pegged that Mandy would win this match because I knew they wasn't cutting Mandy Rose's hair. But first of all, pause. Shout out to Mandy Rose for out here looking like Sharon Stone yesterday with the slick back hair and the all white on. Sharon Stone vibes all day. Hey, Mandy, just saying. Wear that again tonight on Raw. People will tune in. But this match was okay. Nothing against Sonya Deville. Nothing against Mandy Rose. I think Sonia's light years, or I won't say light years, but above Mandy in ring competition. But I want to know what happened with this match because it went from a hair match to a loser leaves WWE match. So I'm very curious about where this go. If you know, comment below. Let me know what the dirt sheets have told you because frankly, nobody knows. But because of the outcome of the match, because of the things that I say Mela is money about, not necessarily any ring ability of this match, the storyline that was told in this match, because people got to remember, WrestleMania is about the immortals. WrestleMania is about the festivities. WrestleMania is about the big moments. But SummerSlam has and will be and continue to be and was last night a culmination of storytelling, and they did a good job of that. I give them an A, if you will, so speaking this match. And then another match, because I said we would never see it coming. After the beatdown of one DM, as we're going to call him now because he had on his tights today, Dominic Mysterio, a.k.a. Eddie Guerrero's son. I was wrong. I thought there's no way DM loses this match to Seth Rollins because of the ass whooping that he took. Well, guess what? Just like the night before when Pat McAfee shocked the world in NXT against Adam Cole, baby! Dominic Mysterio put on a hell of a match against Seth Rollins. Seth wins this match, rightfully so, with a curb stomp, but this match had it all. It really did, from the Louis Vuitton dress that Dominic's mom wore, to the Louis Vuitton mask that Rey Mysterio had on, to the Nightwing gear that Dominic had on, to the Eddie Guerrero, his real daddy, Frog Splash, I'm just joking. Frog Splash, by the way, this match had it all. I love this match. Then we go to the Raw Women's Championship match as Asuka had to put on double duty. Asuka versus Sasha Banks, beating Sasha Banks, surprisingly beating Sasha Banks. In my opinion, I thought Bayley would lose her title. Maybe that's just me being more of a fan of Sasha Banks, but I'm looking for 3-belt Banks, and then it's not going to happen. So now I'm looking for the golden role models to split up tonight on Raw. I asked for it, before WrestleMania? SummerSlam is here. I thought it would culminate here at SummerSlam, but fans being back. In my opinion, fans are back with this Thunderdome. I love that idea. I'm going to continue to be on record saying I love that idea. But what a match last night. However, Asuka wins the title. And then we have the championship match between McIntyre and Randy Orton. And listen, shout out to my man Dice Man, who said Randy Orton right now is the wrestler of the year. I don't know about that thus far. I do think he's definitely a top nominee for that. Randy Orton has put on one hell of a show. I do think there's honorable mention that should go, if we're talking about wrestler of the year thus far, Keith Lee, from the Royal Rumble to beating Adam Cole, a big, long North American title run. I know he lost his title in 45 days, and I know I was pissed about it for those who know me. I did not like it, but you know what? He's being moved up immediately, so hey, I'm okay with it at that point. Getting a rub by Roman, getting rubbed by Brock Lesnar. So it's between, in my opinion, Randy Orton, Keith Lee right now, along with some other guys over in AEW, but which is a SummerSlam show. But this match, what I wanted to see was, could McIntyre go with Randy? We know Randy can go with anybody. Could McIntyre go with Randy? And he did. And he surprisingly got him, not with a roll-up, but a shoulder roll-up. I love the end of this match. It keeps Randy strong. It keeps the belt on McIntyre. He gets kind of a semi-crowd pop because they had the fans at home, but I'm not sure how many fans are actually going for McIntyre in this because Orton is so Orton that you have to just go for him in this, but I loved it. And then again, when we started off with the Falls Count Anywhere match, where it was won by the Fiend after 3 Sister Abigails onto the exposed ring that Strowman tore up, which he never used for some reason. I thought he was going to go through hell or something. Everybody thought something was going to happen by what we saw, but what we saw is what we got, and that's what we got, what we saw, because at the end, we saw the big dog return, Roman Reigns, and I absolutely loved it. And I just think that this pay-per-view is underrated, right? Here go a pay-per-view SummerSlam, which to me is the 3rd biggest pay-per-view of the year. You have the biggest pay-per-view of the year is WrestleMania. 2nd biggest pay-per-view to me is the Royal Rumble, followed by SummerSlam, then Survivor Series. This is why I don't care about Payback being next week. Payback has always been a throwaway pay-per-view. Get it out the way now, in my opinion. I can care less. I can care less about anything other than Money in the Bank and the Big 4. Those are the Big 5 in my opinion, because Money in the Bank has become that. So Payback, who cares? They can call that shit man caved in your house. Who cares? It's just a way to whatever. It's a throwaway pay-per-view and always have been. That's why it's called Payback. It's something but revenge match. I'd rather see those matches have a week off and wrestle next Sunday than see them wrestle tonight on Raw. But we know we're going to probably have it up tonight on Raw as well. But overall, last night's show to me was very good. I mean, it's from the ladies putting on a good show and Asuka and Sasha and Asuka and Bayley to the Street Profits against Angel Garza, Mandy Rose's reverse worm. Hey, it was kind of awkward. Well, it was very awkward, but it was hot. All right, Mandy, Sharon Stone vibes. We got you. But the talk, and all the talk, it should be nothing else to be talked about because other than the two main events. And I said this, we were watching this match. I thought going in that for sure Orton versus McIntyre would be the main event. Then I thought, okay, well, even with the Thunderdome, you're going to make Bray Wyatt and Strowman the main event because, maybe we get some more WWE Cinematic Universe. But no, none of that happened. They went backstage in the Gorilla for a hot second, came back out. That was the swerve. That was the you never see it coming part, in my opinion. They went there, they came right back. There was no cinematic match in here. So, again, comment below. Let me know how you feel about that. Because I thought there would be a cinematic match, but you could not have that and have the return of one Roman Reigns, who everybody knows because of his battles with leukemia, him having a new baby, and not wanting to bring, catch COVID or contract COVID, if you will, and possibly for himself or his family, decided, like a lot of wrestlers, Sami Zayn included, Kevin Owens included, took time off and won't, have not competed since the COVID pandemic. So if Roman's back, that means maybe America's back, right? Because we have Roman Reigns out in his Shield gear, out in a new t-shirt, whooping ass. What did you think? Let's see what these comments have to say, guys. Yeah, what's going on, Kevin? It has been a long time since I've been back. Yeah, I have them. Just I save them. You know what I mean? After everybody has a podcast, everybody got shows to do. I see people post every day about their shows, and I go and I look and they got 75 views. I don't want that. Okay, I want to give you something. I'm going to give you what I got. I hope you continue to listen and continue to come back with you, Kevin. So I appreciate you tuning in. My brother Lafayette, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, Chris? What up, Mike? Thunder on for the win, Keith. Lee's going to shut Raw down tonight. Well, you know what? Is he? Because frankly, I doubt it. I know it's not going to happen, but I would like to see it happen. But if it happened, he couldn't get over the way that I want him to get over and talking about limited Keith Lee, and that's merge him with the Hurt Business. I don't want to see Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the WWE's version of black on black crime. All right? Probably a hell of a match, though. But I want the Hurt Business to be like the Nation, right? We know they're not going to be, because the Nation was militant, right? We're in the 21st century. You can't actually be militant today, right, without being called a racist, right? But you can be in the Hurt Business, and you can pay to beat people's ass. And Keith Lee can beat people's ass. I don't think it's going to happen. Just my wishful thinking of what I want to happen. All right, Lewis, is Roman going to be heel, or what was that one last night? You know what, Lewis? No, I don't think Roman's ever going to be a heel. That's just, no. To answer that question, no, I don't think Roman's heel. If Roman can be what I think has killed professional wrestling, and that's a tweener, I'll be okay with that. Yes, I think tweeners have killed professional wrestling. Excuse me. Back here, mic check. Hello, Bilal. All right, we back. I don't think that, how can I put this, right? Wrestling fans, you guys who listen know I blame the fans more than I blame anybody else, when it comes to professional wrestling. The company themselves do make a lot of mistakes, but I think fans aid in a lot of those mistakes. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 50-50 in my opinion about who messes up the wrestling business. Fans are 50%, WWE's 50%. But I lay with that and I say because they built a superstar by the name of Stone Cold Steve Austin. They built a superstar right behind Stone Cold Steve Austin called The Rock. Then came the Cerebral Assassin. Guess who these guys were? With a sometimey Triple H. They were tweeners. Triple H was majority a heel, yes, but there were times, especially in DX, where he was not really a face, because face don't do the things that DX did, right? And he became these tweeners. And to me, that's the problem in professional wrestling. I'm going to say this till I die, okay? Wrestling is about good guys versus bad guys. That's it, okay? We love the Joker. No one's cheering for the Joker to win because he's psychotic, okay? We love Thanos. I snapped my fingers in half the universe, and that's what I call mercy. He's a psycho titan. You may love him, but no one cheers for him except for the other psycho I know. Dice Man follow. That's at Dice Man Hollers on Twitter. Go yelling about him being a Thanos fan, and if Thanos died in the movie, he would cry. That guy. So I'm talking to. Okay, but typically it's good guy versus bad guy. Okay, it's Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair. It's Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It's the Macho Man versus Vacant. Okay, it's what it's been. It's good versus bad. So where does Roman go? I think it's going to be a tweener. I think for him to be a tweener will be the best for WWE. You cannot have Roman come back and get the super push that all guys get, but he cannot get the super push after watching Bray Wyatt carry this company for the last 6 months to a year. Or at least since January. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton together. I'm sorry to throw Randy in there. That's why I say Bray's also honorable mention in there for Wrestler of the Year. Because what Bray Wyatt has done, let's arguably say it's the best thing in WWE right now. So we cannot have Bray just come back and lose. So give me a number one contenders match between Braun and Roman. We've seen it, but I don't think we've ever seen it where it could be. I've always seen this match as being a very, very big, powerful hitting match, and we've got it, but not where I've been satisfied with it. So to answer that question, Lewis, I don't think Roman's going to be a heel. I think he should be and will be come back as a tweener, and if they're smart, if they give him a super push, he goes right to the title picture and wins. I don't mind if he goes to the title picture, but if he goes to the title picture and win, he's going to be booed again. And they're going to hate it because what you do with Bray Wyatt, who did all this work during this pandemic, who was here for you, who paid his dues by being here when everybody else left. No one should judge anybody for not working during a pandemic, but he stayed, in Bray's favor, he stayed there. So want to see Roman back in the title picture, just not as champion right now. Billy checks in. Roman is that guy, has been that guy. DJ, Roman is the biggest kept secret, was the biggest kept secret. Well played, WWE. Billy checks back in. Why shouldn't he be champ, though? Just curious. Not saying he should. Just want to know why. Well, why shouldn't he be champ? Because the WWE has time and time again, just like Bray. We had a talk last night. Now, those who follow the Game V1 on social media or on gaming platforms, brother, we have a little watch party. I guess you want to call it. That's what they call it, right? A watch party. We deep in a party watching the pay-per-view. My kids in here and things like that. The thing is this. The Fiend had never lost either. I thought I had forgot that he lost to Goldberg, right? But then I said, that's Goldberg, it doesn't count, right? Because it's Goldberg, and they got the belt off the Fiend so that Roman could beat Goldberg, and the Fiend wouldn't get booed, or Roman wouldn't get booed by beating the Fiend. That's why all that happened. Let's not forget that, right? So some would say, well, he was scheduled to be champion anyway. He was for WrestleMania purposes, right? Roman is a good chaser and holder of the title. Excuse me. However, I believe if he gets the title, they're going to get booed again. And John Cena is probably the last superstar that WWE will ever build. Roman Reigns is close to being one. The question is, not the question, the concern is that typically when WWE wants to push a guy to be a superstar or next superstar status, fans start to digress. Because people understand, there's merchandise. We may love the Fiend. I said this last night. We may love Bray Wyatt's the Fiend. Go to your local Walmart. If you still got a Kmart in your town, go to your local Kmart or toy store. All right? Go look where toys are being sold. Kids, my kids who watch wrestling, who I have a Kane mask sitting right there. There's belts behind me. They're not clamoring for a Bray Wyatt mask. They may like Bray Wyatt, but no one's asking. And my kids like some weird shit like the Big Show. Just saying. Okay? So I personally, when it comes to merchandising, you cannot merchandise to the masses for Bray Wyatt. Wrestling fans like you, me, will go for Bray Wyatt, but the kids, the moms, they're not falling for Bray Wyatt. But you know who they are going for? The dog, Roman Reigns. So that's why I hope they just don't push the envelope too busy and pop our balloon just yet. That was iconic. Two brother going back and forth for the title between in America today. The big dog return. Mo Eaton checks in. What is Otis cashed in after Roman attack? That would have been funny because, frankly, people forget that Otis is your Money in the Bank champion. Okay, so Otis being Money in the Bank and even trying to cash it in last night would have been great. I'd have loved to have seen that, to be honest, because anything that keeps Sharon Stone that's made me Rose on the screen longer, we should all be a fan of. Okay, because in the shirt with showing his belly. Otis will go to Miami Beach like that, and I love that. Otis is funny, but he's a novelty act, and I tell people all the time, novelty acts will never last too long in the WWE. It's just what it is. You name me one, from Adam Rose to What was the guy? No Way Jose, Eugene, Zach Gowen. You name any novelty act, Zack Ryder, who had the longest run of a novelty act because, copying the Jersey Shore, woo, woo, woo. It's just for so long a novelty act will get over, in my opinion. I was hoping Otis would cash in. Mic check, blah, blah. Okay, all right, fix my mic, all right. But look, so listen, guys, like I said, this is just a short, impromptu, around the blocks with Mike Knox. Want to give you my opinion, and most importantly, my belt grade. Did y'all see the poll? What did you think about last night's SummerSlam? Okay, R-Truth 2020. Okay, anybody but Trump is what I'm gonna say. So it's like my brother-in-law said last night when we were talking about this, and just to get off it real fast, I don't care if you like Biden or you don't like Biden, but the hashtag should be "You have no choice." Anybody but Trump, people. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, listen, you can stop listening to me right now. I don't give a shit. Okay? Bye-bye. My numbers will still be where they are. High, low, high. Don't matter. But I ain't, listen. Looking off of that. Listen, guys. Tonight, Thunderdome. Hopefully, I didn't check my email. I didn't get one. I posted it in Friday SmackDown. I didn't get my goddamn email. So hopefully, I got my email tonight for Raw Thunderdome. But if I don't, it's okay. Because I still got Madden football, which is, it's not trash, but it ain't good. All right, and then I got the D2K Prelude. So either way, I'll be watching Wrestling Night. Keith Lee shows up. Roman Reigns is back. If you look at the commercial, the Thunderdome might be a little different for Raw. WWE always trying to make Raw that stablemate, their A show. The commercial kind of gives you a different vibe for tonight's Thunderdome, right? A little bit more than like SmackDown's was, right? A little bit, it just looks a little different. So hopefully it is a little bit different. But overall, my belt grade for last night's Survivor Series, SummerSlam, she's got two S's in it. Survivor Series, SummerSlam, just got me confused with the S's. All right, but my Survivor Series score last night, I'm gonna say it's a new belt because it's a new day in town. Yes, it is. A 4 out of 5. Apollo Crews. I don't want to say his title runs, but I'm gonna say the U.S. title. That U.S. title belt that has only officially been officially championed by one, which is Apollo. 4 out of 5 last night with this pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I think the opening match with Hey, we want some Bayley and Asuka was very good. Okay. The tag team match with Angel Garza and Andrade, whose outfits just continue to amaze me and shock me for being how dope they are. Okay. Versus the Street Profits. Amazing. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Good. Mandy versus Sonia Deville. Golden. Now it's growing on you quickly. I bet it has. That's that dipset championship, and I need it. Just, I got slammies, and I promised my wife if I bought 2 slammies, I wouldn't need another belt. Sorry, I lied. It's like 10 more belts I need, right? But 4 out of 5 U.S. title belts, man. I absolutely dig last night's pay-per-view. The return of Roman Reigns. The Fiend retaining his title against Braun Strowman. It was just so many things in this pay-per-view that, and I like I'm going to keep it a buck, as the kids would say, right? Or whatever generation said it. If this had been a live pay-per-view, would it have been so good? And I'm going to say that, and I ask that question because it had been 5 hours. And it came on at 7. It ended at 11. And we all complained and they started saying, how, man, these 5-hour pay-per-views, sometimes, most of the time, actually, they ran too long. They were just too long drawn out. Since the pandemic era, they barely go over 2 hours. Okay? They barely go over 2 hours. And last night, they went 3. And that was good. That's what typical pay-per-views used to be. Right? I like where WWE is right now. I like where they're going right now. The question isn't what I always say wrestling fans. And it's not even a question. What wrestling fans' question is, will they continue it? That's the problem. Right? My thing is always suspend your disbelief when you watch wrestling. Just watch it as you were a child. Watch it through the lenses of when you were a youth. When you already knew as a child what it was, but you still enjoyed the same way you go watch a superhero movie, or you sit down and watch a show on Netflix, right? Project Power, good movie, right? But you suspend your belief because the movie's having you. This is the story they're building, and then once it sucks, you say it sucks. But until then, guys, just continue to have fun, enjoy wrestling. What that said right there, I got the $1 Million Man title for when Chalkline releases the $1 Million Man jacket. Listen, you got the $1 Million Man title, you son of a bitch! I need a new one. Mine's all broken apart, but I want that jacket. You're right. I need that jacket. That jacket is hot from Chalkline Official. Look, I got my my Raw War shorts on right now, Had my HBKs on last night for SummerSlam. But listen, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in to Around the Blocks with Mike Knox, my SummerSlam review. 4.5 out of 5 United States Championships. The new one. That's the Dipset Championship that is. Peace, y'all, and thanks. Oh, no, I ain't out of here yet. I've got the one thing and one thing only. I said I got to get it. You did. But let me just say this. Do not wake up tomorrow morning without saying, I love me some me, and that Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Yo, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knox. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Nux. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?